We knew that the heart of the book had to be a list of everybody who came on the 9 ships. But we also knew that people had to know more than that, that they had to know what the conditions were like in Ireland that they left, to have to know why a program like this was even attempted. It's the only time it's ever been done is with the 2 Robinson Emigration. So we had to get all those things kind of captured in here as well. So it's really quite remarkable.
Elwood Jones, how many historical books have you written?
Well, I don't know, about 20. It's somewhere around 20.
So when it came to editing the Bicentennial Souvenir Book for 9 Ships 1825, you would have felt up to the task, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think the concept of how to do this was something I was confident with, and quite a few of the books that we've published through Trent Valley Archives, we've developed relationships with printers and publishers that can do the books along the way. So we know what we have to do to make this work. And so it was partly working on that kind of experience that I sort of broached the idea when we were meeting with Gary and Joanne Ramey, who were generous donors to the project, but we pitched the idea of having a souvenir booklet that would sort of do at least what the souvenir booklet for 1975 did, which listed all the emigrants sort of by ship and things like that. And then we had here the idea that we could actually do connections to the internet. We could also work with a web page which we developed, and the web page became the basis for this book because we worked from the web page. And Aaron Robitaille, who was the designer of the web page, working with Mary Smith and Maureen and Crawley and myself, sort of developed the concepts and the ideas. So we have here a continuity that we try to get from the web page to this. And it actually goes back because with the use of QR codes here, we can go back and the web page can actually be accessed by people who have the souvenir. And it can also access any of the web pages that were built for any of the local community groups that cooperated with us. So it's a real marvel that way. And even when we get, for example, a section on the history of the ships that they actually sailed in, if you don't think we gave you enough detail, you can use a QR code and you get even more details coming through here.
So it sounds to me like this book is not only a keepsake for people who literally can trace their connection to the 9 ships and to the Peter Robinson Emigration, but this is also kind of like a beginner Peterborough history guide as well for those simply looking to know more about the development of this area.
Oh, absolutely. This is, in fact, one of the main things that I thought was important in this. That it was one of those kind of things that I wondered why, when you consider there were at least 500 people living in this area at the time when the Robinson immigrants came, we always identified Peterborough with the Robinson immigrants. And so I'm trying to think, well, what is it that makes that happen? And what I found was that the local historians, whenever they came across and discovered the Robinson papers, they got excited. And the excitement of their local history was all tied with what was here. We knew that there were earlier people, but we don't have the detail about them in the same way we do here. We don't have the sense of a big story that's being told here. And then when you start to think in terms of this, is why we chose the 9 ships as a logo, it was kind of a suggestion that, you know, everybody who ever came here came by ship or train or car or truck, but they came here at the ship. That's the important thing here. So the shift here is not to government policy or to the individuals themselves, but to the way in which they were able to come here. So and which is a universal way.
When you look to the community, the people who just live here, who are just recognizing that the bicentennial is such an important time, what do you hope they'll come away with after August 10th?
I kind of hope that they'll realize that Peterborough has always been more than just a local community, that this is a place that has welcomed people. So I like this kind of sense of seeing Peterborough as part of a big world that keeps getting bigger, and that the people who come here connect quite nice with each other. You don't have to feel that you're an outsider. The book is going to be available on the web page of 9 Ships 1825, and there will be a place there. But it's also going to be available at Trent Valley Archives, and again, you can do Trent Valley Archives the normal way that you would get books here. And it's also going to be sold, I know, at different other locations around the area. I think it's going to be really great. It's going to cost $20, but that's a subsidized figure. It's only made possible because of the donations that we were able to get from people such as the Remies and the McCloskeys and other people.